some people might only eat certain kinds of foods. So you might notice with your child or with someone that you support that they only eat crunchy foods, or you might notice that they only eat soft foods. Now, a big thing with food is that everyone's fussy and everyone's picky. It might just be that they really don't like the flavour of that food. But if you've started to identify that really is a small selection of food which someone enjoys eating or chooses to eat, then let's consider a sensory difficulty with that. So for example, if they only eat crunchy foods, they might be doing that for the tactiles or the feeling in their mouth, or they might be doing it for the sound. So both crunchy foods give lots of feedback for both of those senses. If someone's eating just soft foods, then let's think about the fact that that doesn't make much sound. So maybe they're hyper auditory. So they're choosing soft foods because when they eat crunchy foods, it creates too much sound and is too overwhelming for them. It might be that there's very little tactile sensations happening when you eat soft foods. So it might be again that they're hyper responsive to their tactile senses. It might be relating to swallowing the food. So once you've chewed, for soft foods you don't need, it's a lot easier for us to swallow, so we need less muscles. So if we think about our awareness of our body, so our proprioceptive sense, and our tactile sense, feeling our food as we swallow it and process it, that's going to be a lot more reduced with a soft food than it is going to be with a crunchy food. So always think about the kind of foods that someone is eating. It might be that it's only a certain colour. It might be that it's only a certain brand. The brand can be related to the unpredictability. So it might be that you've had fish fingers of one kind of brand and they really, really love them. You've bought another kind of brand, or you've gone out for dinner and they've asked for fish fingers. So they've got fish fingers, but those fish fingers aren't the same as the other ones, so they're not going to eat them. And there could be many reasons again. It might be that they smell different. Now, generally our sense of smell isn't as heightened, but if someone has a hyper processing sense of smell, so they're really responsive to smell, they're going to be able to smell that that's a different fish finger. It might be the way that it looks, it might be a different colour, it might be the actual texture, so they might try it, but actually this is breadcrumbs and this is more batter. So there's lots and lots of ways. So it might be then that someone resorts back to only eating their certain brand and will refuse all of the other brands because they know that they like that one. We do exactly the same. I will only eat one kind of chocolate because I really, really love that brand. Doesn't mean I won't try others, but I would go and choose that one brand because I know that I really like it. So when we're thinking about and supporting someone who only eats certain kinds of foods, think about what they're eating. So try and write it down, what they're eating, a list of everything they eat, a list of things that they really won't eat, and try and work out what sensory system is that related to, because it can relate to any of our senses when we're talking about food. So we need to really try and work out which is the most relevant one to them specifically eating, so that we can then encourage them to eat a wider variety of food.